Now with the system information, we know the service that are running and also the versions. We can go and look for an exploit in order to find some vulnerabilities. Now, on this case, I'm using the Metasploit framework. As you can see right over here on the website. Well, Metasploit is a really useful tool because it's a framework that allows you to run several exploits, and it can also have some useful tools like search for exploits and among many others, and there are countless plugins for it. So once again, if you don't have it already, just pause the video, download and install it. I even got mine running on a Mac, so you can Google it and you can simply install it. It's not hard just to get it running. And once you are inside the Metasploit console, just resume the video and go from here. There's also a free Metasploit Pro trial. I did never tried it, but it seems really interesting. Okay. Now, so back to our system. So the goal is to try and look out for an exploit that we can use in order to exploit a service that we are running, that the virtual machine is running. Okay. And on this case, I'm going to use the Metasploit to search for an exploit, and we are going and we are targeting the Pro FTPD. That's the FTP service that the machine is running. In order to do this, we have to type the okay. And what we are doing is we are searching the Metasploit database for something, some exploit, some flaw regarding the Pro FTPD and this version. So now Metasploit is searching the database. This is local database. Okay. And okay, as you can see, let me just there you go. There are several exploits that we can use, and we are in luck because it's a common execution. So it means that if it works, we will have remote root access to the remote machines. Okay. Now, I'm going to try this one over here. You have the rank, so great, excellent. It's probably the best. So I'll just copy the name and I'll type use and paste the name of the exploit. Now we are inside the exploit, and however, a good practice is to type this command. It will show you the options that the exploit has available. This is automatic, and however, we need to set the host. That's the remote host, and that's the IP of our virtual machine. So in order to do this, host and the IP of our machine. Okay, sorry, not host. My bad. Just let's confirm. Okay. Remote host, it's our IP. Double check if the IP is correct. Okay. So we are inside exploit. The remote IP is set. And now let's hope it works, and we'll try exploit, and we will run the exploit command. As you can see, it's doing its magic, sending the backdoor command. And if everything goes okay, well, as you can see, command shell session 1 is opened. By now, we are inside a shell of the remote machine. And in order to prove this, the name A gives us information, and as you can see, I am inside the Ubuntu virtual machine by exploiting a security flaw that we find out over here on Metasploit. Also, good idea to search for exploits is using Google. Google is also a good answer for our doubts. And as you can see, we managed to exploit a security flaw of a vulnerability that we found out by assessing and via black box the virtual machine, and we did manage to exploit it. So nevertheless, don't this is not mostly what happens most of the time. So I just don't go here, check for the version, and just exploit it, and that's easy, because this virtual machine, it's not secured. Okay, so it's a vulnerable virtual machine that's made just for this and for us to exploit. So if you manage to do this as easily as we did over here on your hosts that you have on your network, well, that's not, as you can see, that's not really a good idea, because it's easy to exploit a system that's outdated and it's not secure.